Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
And I'm Mike.
And today, Sunday Funday. So what are we doing today? You ask, you shall receive. So this one comes courtesy of Fry Guy 254, I believe. I don't. Oh, I got my glasses.
Know what you can ask? Which would be
Fry Guy 254. We recently just did. Of course, it's going to be 2 weeks now because we're a little bit ahead. But I ran right out to the store because I was actually excited to try this one. And trust me, going to Total Wine because it's cheaper doesn't make it cheaper. Let me tell you that.
That's what you should ask him. Ask Tom to go to Total Wine.
Don't ever let me go there again. I'm barring myself. So you asked for it. I decided we do it as a Sunday Funday. So this is Issac Bowman. This comes in right around 92 proof. We got it for $49.99. This is the Wellington Creek. This is one of the Total Wine brands. This is finished in a Pinot Noir cask. This was a port. And this comes in at 90.4 proof. It's $28.99. First call is finished in a port wine. This is $34.99. And this comes at 90 proof. And then what you asked for against Angel's Envy, this is also in a port wine. This is $43.99. It's 86.6 proof. So the moral of the story was to see, basically these are both Total Wine products. These are both name brand. And, I want to know who's going to come out. I'm pretty sure I know which one this one is because it stands out. So regular mash mix-up rules.
We could guess that one.
Mike pours it. I'm out of the room. He leaves. I shuffle him around. He's out of the room. And we're going to start on the left, work our way right. We're going to do it together and not just smelling like crazy people. And we're going to see what happens. So on the glass number one. What? Probably can't see me. My beautiful shining face. I'll lean like this. I'll do a nice lean the whole time. Now these three, I haven't had because I killed these two bottles, and this one originally
we haven't had.
was
Do
like
we still
Steve's.
have the other Angel Envy, or is that one
No,
gone too?
that evaporated with the heat that's up here.
This has a strong barrel.
I remember liking all of these. Way back in the beginning of the channel, we put this one against this one, and we picked this one as the winner. That is actually very good. I was kind of excited to do this because these two bottles were actually my buddy Steve's. So I tried them and they leave. You know what I mean? I kind of wanted to get these again. I remember really liking this first call for the price that it came in on. You know what I mean?
One is very good, but it has a unique end flavor. But it's a strong end flavor.
Yeah, it's got that port. I'm getting a fruit flavor at the end. Really getting a lot. It's got a nice oaky port. That's what I'm tasting, like an oaky
I'll go,
like wine.
Well, I could go with that barrel taste.
Mm-hmm.
The trick is I never remember that flavor. Well, it's pretty strong, too.
No, that's what I'm saying. Everything about this one, I'm
so
liking this. I'm liking one.
I don't know.
So.
I just don't know.
I'm not going to
remember which.
I can only guess glass number 3.
I'm pretty sure we'll get that one right.
So, but it really doesn't matter what the glasses are, whether we know them or not. No. Because the bottom line is,
because sometimes that's actually bad because you have it in your head that
you're gonna you should like this better,
and it ends up being this one. So.
Right. Well, yeah, and you're like, well, I should like this one better. So but
this nose is not as predominant as one.
Oh, I don't know. This one actually has a little bit on the nose. It's almost oakier to me.
Oh.
On the nose.
Did you rotate them wrong?
No, I did not. We're going to talk about what was wrong on the table when I came up?
It was no F up. It's pretty easy. That's why, as much as we bitched about high and low,
that's why I pour them that way. I really do. Now, this doesn't drink with as a quarter of as much robustness as the first one did. First one came out with like it was a thicker, richer, darker, and maybe
this one's probably sweeter too,
and lighter. Not as thick.
Maybe go
like
lighter,
thinner.
But it's definitely sweeter.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it! I have no idea where I'm at though.
I honestly, I'm not going to guess till I get through just to see them all.
No, I usually have it in my head where I want to be, but
it may change on the way back. But I'm going to edge one further up than 2.
I was just going to say the same thing.
Yeah, 2 is very good.
No, it is, but it's a little sweeter. And I can't know if it's hotter or not.
See, that's the funny thing. 2 to me is one of them ones that if I drank that by itself, I'd be like, "Damn, this is good." Mm-hmm. But coming off of 1, it was just a little bit inferior compared.
There was
to
a little
it didn't
extra
have as
flavor.
much
There was
viscosity.
a little extra flavor in 1 to me.
So we'll see going back. It might change.
I could write this one down.
Yeah, if you get this one wrong, we ought to quit.
Whoa.
That is like crazy fruit, though. It's
I'm
light.
getting fruit. I'm getting like a malt.
Yep. I'm getting like a light, bright fruit.
I'm getting like it's a malt.
I can see. Now that you say it in my head, I can see what you would think malt.
I'm
I can see. I
getting
can see
way
that.
closer to a malt than a fruit.
I can actually see that now that you say that. You know what? You know what almost brings me to?
Irish.
Not a malt as much as like the scissortail smell. Remember
Not
the
quite.
scissortail?
I
It's
do.
bringing me in that way, off my nose.
This is better than scissortail, I would, in my opinion. But it's bringing me close. Honestly, I would almost guess this right off the bat. I would guess this as an Irish. Nose.
On the nose, I wouldn't have, but once you put it in my head, I can see where you're thinking Irish on this. I really can.
You
you
didn't get that little flavor.
Not until you said malt, and then I'm like, wait a minute. I was getting like a light
Did I get
lemon
that in
fruit.
notice? Lemon fruit? Are you kidding
Yeah.
me?
No, this is honestly bringing me towards like the scissortail smell. That's what it's really bringing me to. It's bringing me to like the younger corn whiskey smell.
If I remember scissortail, didn't we put a friggin' stave in that thing?
We did,
As good as it was. So
and it got better. No, it
did get
because
better.
it was young corn whiskey. That's what it
Yeah,
tasted like.
I'm disregard even the color. This one's way back.
We just did this review, and the funny thing is by itself, it was phenomenal.
Did we call it an Irish?
No, I think we really liked it. Coming off of these two, it
Then I don't
doesn't
know
have as
what
much
day
of
that
the
was,
dark
but-
fruit. It's light and
It's
bright
not
and
even
different.
really- This is I would call this an Irish in a blind every day, especially with the nose.
I don't know what to tell you. We're on to glass number 4.
Okay,
Coming off of 2, it's definitely behind.
it's way back.
I don't know if it's way back. I don't mind it. Like it's that. It's
You don't mind Scotch and Irish,
No, true.
and I'm not saying I don't. I've been leaning towards a red breast more if I'm gonna go buy one.
I started laughing because the lady come back up. Her third time coming up as I'm filling my card up with all these different ones. She's like, we have a Scotch section right over here. And I'm like, no, I know. I know someone who's going to be like grumpy if I come home with a bunch of them too. Trust me, I had enough money. I had to remortgage my house to walk out of the place.
I took a
Crazy.
picture, as it's really kind of silly, ridiculous what's over there. Mm-hmm. This is a sugary nose.
Jeez. I will say 4 distinct different flavored whiskeys right here.
Absolutely, but this one doesn't seem to carry the heat.
I'm not going to be able to knick-knack. That's how I felt about 2. I was feeling that it didn't have as much flavor.
I had a sparkle in 2 though. I'm lost. I don't even know where to go. I'm sad. I'm usually like bang, bang, bang. I got it.
I'm gonna have
I'm
to
pretty
do this
close.
after
I'm
this.
thinking right now though. I'm semi-tying 2 and 4.
I'm almost with you. I'm thinking 1 and 3 are decisive which way I want to go with it, and 2 or 4 are the closest.
Oh, mine are decisive.
Yeah, you're a little bit more decisive than me. So there you go. Well, we're going to take a break. We're going to cleanse our palate. We'll be back in 1 second for you. So we are back. We're going to start on the right. We're going to work our way left. I forgot to apologize. My neighbor's driving around on his lawnmower in the snow. So if you can hear it, sorry about that.
That's pretty funny.
It's true, though.
It is shitty, snowy, rainy.
It is.
He's not plowing either.
No, he's just having a good time.
Oh, the nose is way more caramel-esque. And
That's the one good thing about letting them sit. It did definitely wake it up some.
it did.
I forgot to say also, these were 4 brand new bottles because I literally just came home from the store right before we did this episode. So
He wanted to test my
they
pouring
were
skills.
all fresh cracks, and just for the record, he poured all over the table.
I did.
It's
I
just-
did.
It was
I did.
such a big mess.
I did.
He
I
laughs.
went through a whole fucking napkin.
Yeah, he makes fun of me in my pour, and I came up and I was like, "What? Now I got a
I will-
pool?
I
There's
will-
a pool up here?"
Issac Bowman did fare the best. He
Good
was.
thing I bought 750 milliliters. We got 250 left. He just. I don't even know if he hit a glass.
I did hit the glass, but then missed the glass, hit the glass. It's like, wow, it's easy to fuck with you, but it's not as easy to. Good thing I'm not on camera because it was funny.
That first pour
It
is
was only
tricky.
funny to me, but
This is way better than now. This is way better than it was when we first drank it.
I agree. And I'm gonna
A lot more flavor and taste coming off of that. That changed my whole. Again, it's
locked
different when
in
you're
now.
coming off. It's funny.
And I'm already dreading this one.
I don't know. I don't know where you're getting the negative.
I don't know.
I know
If we gave this rave reviews, then
I have to go back and look again. We're a couple weeks away ahead. The only way you can do that in order to try to put one out a day, and Mike takes like 3.5 weeks of vacation every other month. So we you got to keep ahead of the schedule. But
Coming from the kid that's retired.
so with that being said, we I don't mind. I don't know if we gave it rave reviews, but I still don't dislike this. It is definitely different than what.
If I didn't say this was an Irish, then I don't know. I
have to go back
I must
and
have been
listen.
out to lunch or something.
It's a fruity. I'm definitely getting fruity. It's like a candied fruit too, like almost like when you eat like a nerd or like a sweet tot like candy, like the.
I like sweet tarts. Nerds, not so much.
Well, it's kind of like something like that, like a sweetness that it's like a candied sweetness.
To me, it's fair. What did I say here?
It's got a sugary sweetness on the palate.
It's definitely sugary. It's definitely sugary. Yes,
and it's got like a white wine, and I know someone corrected us. This isn't, but it has a white wine flavor to me. It really does.
This is
Like a fruity white wine. I don't mind it.
I think.
Is it number 4?
Isn't that the pink one? Isn't Pinot Noir like pinkish?
No, Zinfandel is what like when
Oh,
white.
look at him
Zinfandel
pulling a
is-
magic rabbit out of the ass. Hey, all right.
I do know a little
The
bit
wine
about
guy.
wine, but I never got all into it.
Mine's in a box. I don't see the color.
They still have Zin in the box, but they
well.
don't get me wrong. This is going to be my last one because the port finish just brings a fruitier flavor. It really does, but it's on its
go that
own.
far,
Though,
it's gonna
I
spill
don't
on me.
mind it. I really don't.
Yeah, really.
It does. It does bring off that
Irish.
like that young corn whiskey flavor though. Now that compared to these, when we drank it by itself, I don't think I don't remember. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it.
If that's in a blind, I'm going to say it's Irish.
I'm putting that right in the blind. Let's put it that way. Some of these actually, I can add all 4 of these to the list, but it won't be for a month before they get in.
We may or may not have one in there still.
Well, that's just it. Then we may or may
This
not.
nose is better than 4, though. I'll say that.
I'm gonna have to knack. We're not gonna be able to do it on camera this
Nicky
time.
knack. I have short-term memory. I can remember this.
Well,
one.
this is why because 3 is gonna get in the way.
It's in a way. It's already out of my mind.
I gotta be honest with you. I think I like 4 better, just off of memory. 2 is good, but I think 4 brought a little more to the table. We kind of shuffled the bottles a little bit. Me personally, just doing it right now, I'm thinking the bottles might be like this. That's going to be my guess. I know you're going to have a different one,
Yeah, he's wrong.
but
So I'll stay.
I
With,
may change that.
I'm
but
staying
right now
2
I'm
and
going-
4 are close right now.
They are. But I think I might like 4 a smidge more. But it's hard to tell with 3 in a way, so that's why we got a knick-knack. All right,
I should just
I'm
keep my
moving on to
goddamn
1.
glasses on because I can't see a friggin' thing I write down.
Are you ready? I don't want to rush you, but hurry up. No, I'm going to move on to 1. This, hands down,
That's
1
almost
has
a- that's
the
almost-
best nose.
Almost a first. He's rushing me.
Well, you know why? Because these always run long.
One of them
I always
did go
feel
pretty
better.
long because they gave a shit 16 minutes and counting or whatever it was.
You know, when you have 4 whiskeys and you go, the only way you
this
can do
is
it
the
right is
strongest
nose.
secondary barrel as well.
Yes, well, it's strongest barrel in general. Like it has the most oak and the most fruit flavored, like together. It's like a dark, rich oak fruit to me. And the most flavor
But-
when drinking it.
But
I
it
think.
has a totally different flavor.
I don't know about what that is. It's more oak, so you're really getting like a.
There is more oak in that.
It's given like a more of a, because the rest of them are good, but this has like a dark, rich, like an oaky caramel. You know what I mean? Like it's bringing more of the.
I'm still
flavor.
kind of digging that though.
No, it's my first one. It wins right now for me. There's no elbows. It drinks super. It drinks super refined, but the viscosity, it's all flavor hanging on. It's no proof hanging on. It's very tasty to me. So, all right. So what we're gonna do, because we do have to knick-knack a couple, unless you want to try to squeeze it in. No. So yeah. So we're gonna take a break for one. It'll be 1 second for you. We'll be back in a minute. All right. So we are back. So I want to say a huge thank you again to Fry Guy 254 for coming up with this.
Thank you.
Or throwing a suggestion. I ran with all the port ones. It might be a little bit unfair. You'd have to try this one on your own. It does come off a little bit younger than what it is. So the barrels, as you see them, I think glass 1 is Issac, 2 is Envy, 3 is Wellington Creek, and 4 is the First Call. Those are my guesses.
I think we have Issac. I think we have First Call, Wellington, and that's last. That's fourth place.
So you think you did second and third?
Yeah,
different.
That's my.
I don't know why he's confusing you, because he's confusing me. So we'll put them as your
Doesn't
bottles.
take much.
No, and we'll do that. But all right. So, and again, I will preface this.
Great page.
You know, by itself, all of these would be good. But the difference is when you put them up against it, this one definitely came back. It didn't have as much of the fruity flavor as the rest of them.
It's pretty damn close to Irish.
And I will say why I think 3 and 4, they came off a little bit young tasting to me. So that's why I think Angels is here and First Call is there. But we're going to find out right now. So are you ready? Our last place bottle was what was in glass number 3. And it's what you poured in glass number 2.
Wellington?
I hope so, or we just screwed this up for sure, because it was a total different color. So we actually agreed today on which bottles there were. And 2 and 4 were pretty close. I think 1 just took it away on this one. So our third place bottle, what was in glass number 4, so it's what you poured in glass number 1.
First Call.
So I was right this time. So First Call was there. And again, First Call, 4 came off just a little bit... It was a little bit young tasting, but and a little bit rougher on the edges. Where 2, which was our second place one, was in glass number 2, came off a little bit more refined and just drank a little bit easier. So when glass number 2 is what you poured in glass number 3. This is our second place.
That's Angels.
So it is Angels.
You pulled it out.
I went 4 for 4 on this one. So our first place one, and hands down to me, it just came with the most flavor and the most taste easily, was the Issac Bowman.
Especially if you're going for a secondary barrel flavor, that definitely,
and it brought the most oak. So whether it got it from the first or second barrel, hands down, it was the best flavored one out of all of them. It brought the most amount of flavor. So again, they're relatively close in price. That was $49.99. This is $34.99. This one was $28.99, and this one was $45.99. I said it before. I've liked this twice now. We've picked Bowman over, or both of us have, over Angel's Envy. These two are good alternatives. They're like $10 cheaper. If you don't have the money and you want to try it in a way, that is still good. It's totally different. These are port finishes,
totally different.
But these are port finishes, and this is Pinot Noir. It's a total different wine. It's a total different wine. You got to give that to them. But honestly, I don't think any of them are bad by themselves. But when you compare them like this, this one stood out. It was huge difference. Stood out. And where this one still was in the field, because it's all finished in the same thing.
It was, again, even in color, it stood out. But
so we hope we did it justice. Leave a comment down below if you would like to see a future Sunday Funday. Again, leave a comment. Hopefully I have one of the bottles that you asked for. I didn't have any of these. I had to go out and get them. But for you, we did this. So there it is. That's Sunday Funday. Again, leave a comment if you want to see a future Sunday Funday, preferably with the bottles I have behind them. If not, I will write it down, and we will try to get it. I was actually enticed to do this because 3 out of the 4 we haven't had in a long time, and I was like, I want to see where they actually rank.
Evaporation happened quick.
It does. That being said, thanks for watching. You get my best glass over there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.
Subscribe.
Bye.